Hello and welcome. Today we're gonna rock out and take a look at our final jam as we travel on to Camp Rock today. Camp Rock was released in 2008, so exact same year as Cheetah Girls One World, and just like Cheetah Girls and High School Musical 2, they also had a own little contest for You Rock the Summer. So I also of course did an entry for Jonas Brothers because that was my #1 band back then. I was really into them, and again, this is a terrible entry but hilarious. I don't know why I did the hippo, and I know I had the Frankie Says Relax shirt on because I thought it was really cool and tried to be funny and walking into the door instead of walking through a door. But the end where Joe Jonas owes me a hug and then the random poster of him with like a little vamp. Tripping because I was such a weird person. I've always loved vampires, and I always wanted to see Joe Jonas as a vampire because he was my celebrity crush, and this was before Twilight was such a big fad, but I thought he would make an awesome vampire. So I drew a vampire like one on the poster. And I feel like if people watch this, they're probably like, what the heck is going on? They probably were just like, what is this girl and who is she and why is she so strange? JoJo's owes me a hug because I did get to meet them in 2007 briefly. They had a contest down in Atlantic City when they were up and coming. So they weren't super duper famous yet, but I found out about it from MySpace that they had a free concert to go to. And so we went, and it was really great. And we had a chance to meet them if you bought either, you pre-ordered their CD or a hat. I think we got a hat and some pins, but if you pre-ordered the CD and some merchandise, you were able to get a wristband to meet and greet with them. And I was just really excited because Joe Jonas was my crush, and I had a shirt on that said I need a hug with Eeyore. I go in, I got to meet in order, it was Nick, Kevin, and Joe. I got a hug from Nick, I got a hug from Kevin, who also is really super sweet. I give him credit because Kevin actually took the most time to like ask questions, and he's like, oh, and like thank you for coming, and like held on and was like thanking us and was really sweet. I feel like he's so under the radar and I feel bad for him, and we'll talk about more with him as his character in a couple seconds. But we get to Joe, and I don't remember much because I blacked out this memory, but I get over to him, I say hello, and he sticks his hand out for a handshake, and that's when I black out. And I don't remember even shaking his hand, but I guess I did because I don't remember that couple seconds. I legitimately blacked out, and then that was it. I didn't get a hug from him, just a handshake, and from that moment I'm like, I want my hug. I didn't get my hug, it's a simple thing, I just want to get a hug from him. So that was my little teenage sadness, but that was my explanation of having the poster that I wrote out, and I tried to draw A's and look like an apple. I don't even know. But that was my entry for this You Rock the Summer contest to try to meet them. I entered so many Jonas Brothers contests to try to meet them, and I never did, minus the quip at Atlantic City, but that was afterwards. I was such a fangirl. It's really sad. But they were in a movie called Camp Rock, which is what we're supposed to be talking about. So Camp Rock came out, and it stars Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers. And going back into it, revisiting this again, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't biased because I do appreciate the Jonas Brothers still. And I didn't know how it would be because I felt like it could be on the verge of High School Musical or all those musicals because they all came around the same time. I have to say though, this one is a lot more solid of a film compared to the rest of the films that they came out with. It's pretty realistic. It really has a realistic storyline. Demi Lovato's character, Mitchie, wants to go to this famous Camp Rock, but her parents are not able to afford it, but they're able to hook him up with a catering job so that way she's able to go.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay, honey. The last batch of cookies is in the oven. You can start cleaning up. I'm gonna take these down to the storage room.
And she has to help them out in the kitchen, but is able to enjoy the camp and learn the lessons from it. So that's really great. I do appreciate that, and it also shows a nice balance that you can achieve your dreams no matter what.
So I work real hard each and every day. Now things for sure are going my way.
The people, however, get a little bit annoying because once again, and this is where I have to remember that I have to think like a teenager, and the problems that teenagers deal with, even though I feel like it's not a big deal today as an adult, they thought it was a big deal back then. So you have the popular girls, and Mitchie wants to be popular, and she just wants to fit in with Tessa and her little crew, which again, I don't see the point of it except for the fact that she is a daughter of a famous musician. Great, cool. But I feel like too, because I'm in a different environment, I do work in entertainment and I've met a lot of people, I never get that mode where I'm freaking out over anyone. You're a person and I think you're really cool. I admire what you do and I want to be able to get to know you better, but that's it for everyone. And I don't understand when people freak out. And so even with the Shane Gray, because that's Joe's character, is he's this bad boy who's in a scandal.
Pop star phenom Shane Gray may have gone too far this time when he stormed off the set of the new Connect 3 video. Word is, the other members of Connect 3 are fed up. This final stunt cost his label thousands of dollars, but may cost them the rest of their record deal.
This was 2008. The scandals we were dealing with in legit media, we had Paris Hilton, we had Britney Spears having a meltdown. Everyone was like basically flashing paparazzi. Lindsay Lohan was going clubbing every night. Everything was happening, and yet we have our Disney version of Shane being the bad boy because he showed up late on set and had a temper tantrum. Oh, Disney. So cookie cutter clean. It's so weird. So he has to go to this camp as an instructor because his uncle owns the camp and they're trying to get him a better image. I feel like being the bad boy is a much better image for him though. I mean, look at Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is terrible. Like, he was like peeing everywhere and yet everyone loves him still because he would pee off into buckets and balconies and stuff. Instead of the Jonas Brothers, they're called Connect 3 in this film. And I feel terrible for Kevin's character. Like, Kevin got the short stick and everything. I mean, he's very sweet. I can tell he's very sweet and he's the most genuine and humble between the brothers. Because like, even though I met him for a couple seconds, I really did appreciate that he made sure to like make sure everyone was like welcome and comfortable and like appreciated. So I give him credit, but I feel terrible because Kevin always was in the background and people will always tell him how ugly he is. Like, all the Jonas Brothers fangirls would always complain about how ugly he is, and they only cared about Joe and Nick. But even his character, like, I know he had fun with this, but I feel terrible because he got so short-ended. He doesn't have many lines. He plays the stupid brother legitly, and all he cares about is this birdhouse that he wants.
Oh, and can you make me a birdhouse or something? Hello? Hey, buddy, how's my birdhouse coming? Jason, sorry, it's not my fault you didn't ask me to make you anything. I didn't want anything. Well, I wanted a birdhouse. And why'd you need a birdhouse for? Because I wanted to see more birds in my... Guys, sorry.
He's obsessed with this birdhouse that he wants Joe to make him at camp. And that's his only character arc. At least Nick's character is more of business savvy, where it's like, you gotta get your image together, we gotta get you back on. And Joe's a rebel and being like, oh, I don't need this, I'm good and blah blah blah. I'm fine the way I am. Let me sulk and be an emo boy, like it was big at the time. And then Kevin's over in the corner wanting his birdhouse.
Sorry.
It is funny, but I feel terrible about the character arc because they gave him nothing to work with. Joe's character Shane does improve over time and he becomes more human, but he has to teach a camp, instructor camp, and what are these dance moves? Like, seriously. what is this? What is this with the hat and the microphone, and how are they supposed to learn? And I'm just very concerned.
Come on, everyone, let's start the party. What you waiting for? Start the party. Come on, leave it up. Let's start the party.
That he's a hip-hop instructor when he's in a pop-punk rock band. Just like in the Cheetah Girls, this is a realistic musical where the only performing happens when they're on stage legitly singing in linear time. So I do appreciate this. And Tessa is the cool girl, and she has her songs about being too cool and how she's so hot and perfect and amazing. But the one song they sing, Too Cool, they're talking about having shades on. Where are your shades?
Too cool for my dress. These shades don't leave my head. Everything you say is so irrelevant.
You should use some props. These little minor details annoyed me. That you're singing about having your shades on at night because they're too cool. But you're not wearing shades. Increase the props, people. Thank you. You can put shades on. If you give everyone a hat and mic for that weird dancing, you can give her shades. I really do like her song 2 Stars though. That was always a jam and I still appreciate that. That one is legit mainstream radio song I still could listen to today.
Look at you, look at me. There's never any us, can't you see? All we can become, we can shine like the sun. If we believe the 2 stars are brighter than one.
There's also this underlining Cinderella subplot between Shane and Mitchie's character, that Shane hears Mitchie's voice and wants to find out who the girl is because she's all shy and meek and mild, and he goes on a hunt looking to find out who this girl is, which I totally forgot this part of it. And it's a little bit strange to me that you literally are just basically being like, oh, instead of having a shoe, you're trying to hear a voice instead. But it adds, it doesn't take away anything. It could be without, it could have, it could not, but it's not that big a deal to have or not. And I do like the dynamic between the two of them. I really do appreciate how Demi and Joe are together. When it comes to the end song, This Is Me is a really great ballad to dance to, well, sing to.
This is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. Gonna let the light shine on me. Now I found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. No more hiding who I wanna be. This is me.
That's the song.
I've always wanted Demi's outfit. I always loved her outfit at the end. I think it's really cute. I like the ruffly sleeves and all that jazz. And I do like the duet between her and Shane.
This is me. You're the missing piece. I need the song inside of me. You're the voice I hear inside my head. The reason that I'm singing. Now I found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. No more hiding who I wanna be. This is me.
It is a really great song, and even the end song of We Rock Camp Rock is a catchy song.
We're finding our voice, following our dreams. We rock. Nobody in the world's gonna bring us down. The louder we go, well, the better we sound.
So they do have better songs compared to other musicals during the time. I didn't like everything, but in terms of the entire storyline and what they go through and the plot and the music overall, this is a lot better. So unbiased opinion, I really did enjoy this much better compared to High School Musical and the latest Cheetah Girls. I feel like this one as a musical is very close to the original Cheetah Girls, so I give them lots of credit for that. I did really enjoy this and I would totally watch it again. It's a fun time to watch. And I like the characters. They all are pretty well done and they all have good personalities that have flaws and they go through normal things. They're not cookie cutter, so I appreciate that as well. They did make a second one, so we're gonna be talking about that tomorrow. So stay tuned, and as always, I hope you have a magical day and I will see you real soon.